Well, hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome. Oh, I'm just going to one moment. Let's start that again. Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Mastering Online Profit webinar. We see a lot of familiar faces here today, a lot of new faces. So welcome if you're new. We hope they have something to take notes with and that you can write with any questions that you might have, because after John does his amazing, powerful presentation, he's going to have a little Q&A. So you'll have an opportunity to have a one-on-one with an 8-figure earner and get your questions answered about the MOP program. All right, so with that, I'm going to hand it over to our creator, our visionary, John Francis, and here you go. 1 second. Are you, you're muted. 1 second there.
I was muted as well. Sorry about that. How's everybody doing today? Just want to see who the new faces are in the group. If in the webinar today, if it's your first time here, just say me. If it's your first time attending one of these webinars, and you are not a MOP owner and you're here to gather some information so you can make smart decisions with your business, just want to see who the newbies are, to make sure that we get them the information they need. So only 2 people. It's your first time here. Here we go. Here we go. Now we got a bunch. Who else is their first time here? Let's see. I think this thing's moving a little slow. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, it looks like we got some people in here. It's not just all the same old usual suspects. Anyways, I want to welcome you here and just congratulate you for taking the step today. Obviously, gathering information is really important in this journey of having a successful online business. We all know there's a lot of noise out there and a lot of opportunities and, you know, a lot of different this and that, and it gets a little confusing. So gathering information like this is critically important. Like Tammy said, we're going to give you a chance to ask some questions after I just do a short little presentation here, just to give you some more information about who we are and what we do and how it can help you guys and make a difference in your business. So obviously we're Mastering Online Profit. You may have heard about us. There's a big army of people out there talking about us and trying to sell products and selling the products and doing all these good things. And you might hear the name MOP a lot. We call ourselves MOP heads, which is Mastering Online Profit. And listen, if you are someone who's selling digitally online, doesn't matter what you're selling. You could be selling anything, and you're struggling to create content that actually converts into sales. This is what Mastering Online Profit is. So Mastering Online Profit is basically a strategy that allows you to create content that lines up with what the algorithm wants to see, with attraction marketing, and with what your potential clients want to see. Because a lot of issues that content creators have is in a world where, you know, if you're talking about the algorithms and the different platforms like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all that, you know, they have their algorithms and search engines. And the whole purpose of these platforms is they want to keep people on the platform. If they could keep people on the platform 24 hours a day, that'd make them really happy. And so the way they do that is by hosting content. And 90% of the content that you come across online does not get seen. It's not seen by anybody, or it's seen by very few people. 10% of it actually makes money for people because it gets seen. What is the reason for that? The reason for that is that content has value, right? You have to understand nobody is on social media to be sold to. And this is a challenge because more than 90% of digital sellers are creating content that is sales videos, and people aren't there to be sold to, right? So they run away from those videos. People are on social media to be entertained or to find some kind of value. And when they see another sales video saying, hey, you're going to make $10,000 this month online, they just run away from that because it's annoying, it's not relevant, and they're not there to be sold to. And they've seen that message 10 million times now. So it's not interesting to them, right? There's no value in it. It's not going to hold people's attention. And so because of that, the algorithm won't push your content out because they know that people aren't interested in it, which means they're going to bounce off the platform and go to another platform and go to a place where they can find videos where they're going to get what they're looking for, whether it's value or entertainment or breaking news. So it's not in the best interest of the algorithm to push your content out because it's crappy. I hate to tell you that, but it's really, really crappy. I look at, I can't even tell you how many videos I look at a day, how many audits I do weekly, tons of them. And listen, the good news is we can fix that. It is all fixable. There's a solution to every problem. And we know the journey, right? Because we've all been through the journey. We've all followed this same journey where, we were interested in getting started making money online. We were very excited about that because we felt like it was an opportunity for us to break free of something. And there's many different things we could be looking to break free from. It could be a crappy 9 to 5 job. There could be so many different reasons where you're wanting to create this shift in your life and earn money online. And that was absolutely me 15, 16 years ago now when I jumped online. And listen, I followed the same journey as you. I struggled. In fact, my struggle was probably longer than you guys will struggle because mine was 2 years. I struggled for 2 years. The difference was back then, you had to do everything on your own. Like you had to build your own sales funnels. You had to figure out what that was all about. You had to write your own copy. You had to figure out Facebook and Facebook ads because there wasn't organic algorithms back then like there is on TikTok, right? You had to pay for traffic back then. So you had to figure out Facebook ads, and that was not an easy thing. You had to build your own websites. You had to do all these things on your own. So it was very challenging. And if you wanted success, you had to become just a masterful student. You had to spend day and night learning, learning, because this stuff was still pretty new back then, especially making money on social media was still pretty new back then. Now, if you fast forward to today, where there's all these done for you systems and AI and all these different elements that can help you learn this stuff, implement it, and have success with it a lot faster than back in those days. So I absolutely went through that process. I struggled for a couple of years. Now, why would you listen to a guy like me, right? Well, in the last 10 years, I've had tremendous success. I've built several multi-million dollar companies. I've won Best Innovative Tech Company in 2022, and I've mentored literally well over 1,000 online entrepreneurs. I've worked with startup companies. I've worked with Fortune 100 companies. And as a result of that, I was able to change my family's fortune. I was able to create that transformation that we all want, where you go from your current state to where I am now, where our family gets to enjoy a great quality of life. I was able to retire my wife 8 years ago as a result of my success online. And truthfully, I retired a few years ago. Well, not a few years ago, but I retired after winning Best Innovative Tech Company. I sold my company and I thought I was just going to take it easy. But I realized something really important. I realized I had all this knowledge that could benefit other people, folks like you that are struggling to create success online. And so I thought I would dive back in and take a look at a space. I was looking for something I get interested in, and I saw the digital product space was a space that was growing exponentially year over year and, on a trajectory to billions and billions of dollars. And so I knew something really, really well about that is where there's massive growth, there's massive problems. And so I did probably what a lot of you guys did. I dove in, I bought a digital program, started selling it. I've never been on TikTok before. In fact, in all my companies, I was behind the scenes. I didn't like being at the front end of this stuff because I didn't feel like that's where, I could best serve the company. But anyways, I just thought I'd go for it and become a talking head. And I created a TikTok account, never done TikTok before until then. Bought a digital product, started selling it. And before too long, because I was in these digital product communities, I started seeing people had all the same problems. I was having a great deal of success when I was doing that. I was, creating great sales. I was chugging along really, really well. But I realized I could serve people greater and have a greater purpose if I could help them solve the number one problem they have, which is, again, we're all on the same journey. You buy that digital product program, you get your business set up, you go through the challenges, the tech challenges of setting up your business, and then you have this beautiful shiny object and you're all excited. And you've been told over and over that you just need to create one video and $10,000 is going to fall out of the sky. And you can do that while you're eating pizza, sitting on the couch, doing nothing and being very lazy. Well, that's all a myth, right? We all know that now because we've all been through that process. We all suffered that same fate. The reality is this is not an industry that you can treat as a side hustle. In fact, I think that word should be banned from the internet permanently because making money online or having a business online is not a side hustle, right? A side hustle is if you get one of those pooper scooping jobs where you go clean dog poop out of people's backyards for $20 a hit, right? That's a side hustle. Shoveling snow out of someone's driveway for 20 bucks is a side hustle. Having a business online that makes you six figures is not a side hustle. Let's face it, we know that now, right? And in fact, that word is such a bad word because what it does is it sets people up for failure because your expectations aren't in line with what you're in for once you get into this business. But here's the good news is again, this is all fixable. You can fix it by having a strategy, right? You have to consider if there's an algorithm in a search engine and they have rules in the way they operate, if the content you're creating doesn't line up with those rules, right? It doesn't want to show it to anybody again because that's bad for their platform, right? Because people don't stay on the platform if the content is bad. And 90% of us that are creating these digital product videos, the content is very, very bad. There's only one substitution for not having a strategy, right? Is if you have a larger than life personality. We saw a great example of that today in our group. And there was a young lady in there that posted a video, and the video did very, very well. And that's an example of where you don't need a strategy because the way she presented herself in that video kept people engaged all the way to the end of the video because they wanted to see the end result of what she was doing. And all she was doing in that video was fixing her hair, right? But people wanted to see how that turned out, so they'll stay all the way to the end because they're curious. What's she doing with her hair? That's the only substitution is to do things that raises people's curiosity to a point where they can't help but watch because they want to see the end result. That's why entertainment videos do so well on social media, and they don't need a strategy. But because we're selling things, and most of us are very bad at making videos, we don't have a larger than life personality that can carry the video. We need a strategy, right? We need a strategy that lines up with the algorithm and the search engines, with attraction marketing, and so that we're providing value to people, right? If we're not in the entertainment business where we're not going to get naked and dance on TikTok, we have to bring value. Value becomes even more critically important at that stage. Otherwise, we're just another boring video in amongst hundreds of thousands of other people trying to sell digital products. So the way we do that, obviously, is by putting a strategy together that lines up with these elements. We put a strategy together that makes sure that, number one, by crafting hooks that ensure people click on your video to watch it, it's the most important part of a video is the hook. The hook, a great example of that is, again, this young lady I was talking about that created this video. I believe her name's Tiffany, if I'm not mistaken. But what's great about her video is she doesn't even have an on-screen hook, but she has a visual hook. And that's she's got a lot of hair, and she's got her hair tied up in the top of her head, and she's messing with it. And people are going to see that and go, "Oh, I wonder what she's doing with her hair." It piques people's curiosity, right? So that's a visual hook. We help you create on-screen hooks, but visual hooks are just as good if you can come up with them, right? And on-screen hooks are words, and they're words that speak to your perfect target audience. Now, I know right now you're creating hooks, on-screen hooks, and you think you're doing a great job. The reality is, if you were, your video views would be way higher. And just a subtle change in your hook, just changing one or two or three words in your hook can have a dramatic difference because if your hook piques people's curiosity. So if I'm scrolling on TikTok, and let's say a week ago, I was searching for ways to how to make money on TikTok or how to become a digital marketer or how do I sell digital products. And the algorithms and search engines have logged that data. So they know that I've been searching for that online. And if your video is about that, is about how to make money on TikTok, or here's a tip or trick to get more video views, or how to make money as a content creator, or how to sell digital products. So if your video is about that and your on-screen hook creates that problem solution transformation, and it's speaking to your perfect target audience. So those people that were Googling that before, and the algorithm puts your video in front of them because it's been indexed for search because you did such a great job on your SEO to make sure it did get indexed. And I'll cover that in a second. And then they're scrolling, right? So I'm scrolling and I was just Googling that a few days later and I see a hook that says, old man proves anyone can make money on TikTok. Well, I'm going to say, whoa, that video's for me because they were talking to me, right? Because there's a lot of people from our generation, my generation anyway, that thinks that making money online is for a younger generation, right? They think they've got to dance, they think they've got to be tech savvy, they think all these things. But this hook is telling me that anyone like my age can do it. Like old man can do this, can make money on TikTok. So now I'm going to click on it because I want to see what this is about. And because you crafted a hook that has the problem solution transformation and called out the audience, right? Instead of saying, like what most people would say in their hook, and a mistake a lot of people make is they would say, make money on TikTok. That's what they would have posted, right? But there's no problem solution transformation. The reason they're not doing it is they think they're too old or they're not tech savvy enough. I've solved that by saying old man, so a person just like them, proves anyone can make money on TikTok, right? So the problem is they think they can't. I've told them they can and that I am doing it. And so now they're curious enough that they'll watch that video, they'll click on it. So immediately your video views go up, right? The next thing is you if you look at your videos right now and you're new to this, you've never been introduced to us before, I guarantee if you look at the analytics on your videos, that they will say that your average watch time is 5% or less. Correct me if I'm wrong. Any one of you that are new here, go look at one of your videos and look at the analytics, right? So here's an example. I'm going to show you an example. So if I come here, right, and then I go to these three dots over here, right here, it's going to say analytics. And when I push on my analytics, you'll see what it says. Average watch time, 36.9 seconds, right? So, and look at how many followers I got from that video. Almost 300 followers. How did that happen? How did I take my average watch time from 5 seconds all the way to almost 40 seconds, which is massive? Anyone would love to have those kind of numbers. Once you get over 20 seconds, you're in money-making territory because that means a large group of people are watching it all the way to the end, which means they're extracting all the value in that video. Well, we did that by using what we call is a subhook. And you place the subhook around the 5 to 7 second mark of your video so that it makes people watch it all the way to the end. All the way to the end. They go all the way to the end. Why? Because there's some promise of value there, right? There's something that we've put into that subhook that's going to make them stay all the way to the end. Because they know if they don't, they're not going to be able to extract that value that's included in the subhook. And when TikTok or any of the other algorithms see that people are watching your video or a large group of people are watching your video to the end, they're going to push it out and show it to a lot more people. So now you've got more people clicking on your video, which sends a signal back to the algorithm, says, hey, looks like a lot of people like this video because a lot of people are watching it. And then sending another signal saying, hey, a lot of people are watching this all the way to the end. Let's send it out to more people, right? And then you create your SEO so that your SEO gets your video indexed for search. What does that mean? It means it's in the For You page. So your perfect target audience who just so happened to be Googling ways to make money online or how to solve problems as a content creator, whatever it was, and your video got indexed for one of those topics, and now they're seeing it, right? So it's like an accidental on purpose meeting where you've on purpose created SEO so strong that it gets indexed, that it's kind of accidentally in front of them, right? Like they were Googling that a few days ago. The algorithm was aware of that because it captured that data, and now it's showing that video to them. And because you had such a great hook that called them out and had a problem solution transformation, they're clicking on it to watch it. And because there was some promise of value at the 5 second mark, they stayed all the way to the end. And you're sending the right signals back to the algorithm now, and your video's indexed, right? So those are just a few of the strategies that we teach you how to implement into your video in Mastering Online Profit, the program. Now, the program is more than that. The program is also based on helping you create a real business and not just having one digital product to sell. When you have one digital product to sell, that limits your opportunities to get sales, right? Because if someone's not interested in that product or they've already bought it, you've just lost a customer. But what we help you do is build out your store so you have other offerings. We give you lead magnets so that you can use them to capture leads to give away freebies. We give you other products you can sell and other opportunities. We show you how to provide services for people that you can charge them for, and we give you the trainings for that. And as we keep moving forward, we're showing you how to create leads from other platforms. Right now, we're launching a new part of the course, which is to do with generating leads from Instagram and Facebook, and to do faceless content. Now, I know it's taken a while to get this out, but the reason for that is the old Instagram algorithm was very different than the new one. And so the strategies have changed. And basically, we're testing new strategies that are current and modern, that are relevant today, the way the algorithm works. And so in that testing, we need to gather some data so that when we put it in front of you guys, that it's getting you real results. The cool thing about that is that you're not just relying on one lead source. It's not just you creating these, talking head videos and hoping you're going to gather leads from it. We give you other ways to generate leads as well, so that you may not be great at doing the talking head videos and gathering leads, but you may be great at doing this Facebook strategy we have or this Instagram strategy we have. Now, I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of how that strategy is working so far, because we have a new one that we're about to launch for Instagram, which is really, really cool. So I'm just going to do a quick screen share because I only started testing this a couple of days ago. And I want to share the results with you guys just to show you what that looks like, because it is super cool and it's a great opportunity to learn to generate leads from other platforms, because there are amazing ways to generate leads from Facebook, from Instagram, from YouTube, from LinkedIn. We even have a LinkedIn strategy that we'll be launching in a few weeks from now that we're working on currently, so that you can learn how to generate leads from LinkedIn. Now, I know that may seem crazy to you because LinkedIn seems like a place where like executives and CEOs hang out. But trust me when I tell you, there's a big audience of people that are on LinkedIn that will buy this product and buy your products that you're selling as well, because they're looking for ways to make a secondary income or to replace their current full-time job. So there's massive opportunities there that we're bringing. So although we have a lot in the program right now, we don't want to rely on that for too long because we know industries change, right? And the biggest change right now happening in this industry is around AI. And so we've gone all in on AI right now, and we're creating some trainings around AI that are going to be game changing. I know one thing very, very well. By the end of 2025, any business that isn't using AI in it is going to be in big trouble, because most companies will have incorporated it by then, including on the level we work on. And if you have AI working for your business, trust me when I tell you, it's a great way to generate leads, and it's a great way to work a lot less because you have automation and systemization working for you. And so these are all the things we're going to be bringing down the road so that we stay relevant, so that your business stays relevant, so that you can have a long-term sustainable business. So not only do we give you the strategy to create content that does convert, we teach you other lead generation strategies. We help you build a real business. We're staying on the front of the wave to make sure that all this new stuff, because we're in an industry that literally changes every 24 hours. Literally. The industry I'm working in right now is not the same industry I started in 15 years ago. And I'm excited about that. The people that stay relevant in this industry are the ones that stay as students. And although I've had great success online, I don't consider myself an expert because what I knew yesterday isn't relevant today. But I do place a lot of importance on learning and educating about trends and things that are changing and how technology changes, how the algorithms change, how the platforms change, how new opportunities are coming along. And that's why we're going all in on AI. And when you see our AI training, I know that everybody's going to go crazy for it because it's going to change the game. It's going to change the game for everyone in this industry. Marketing as I know it, based on what I know is coming in AI, will never be the same again. And again, we're doing deep testing on multiple different strategies using AI right now so that we can bring it to you guys. So you guys can have an advantage over all the other digital sellers out there. Because I don't know any of the other digital programs that are going this deep into AI the way we are to help people set up businesses that are going to be modern businesses, right? And not a business that was relevant 12 months ago. It doesn't work that way in this industry. It's always evolving and changing. Anyways, so not only do we give you the strategy and the tools and the trainings and the support, again, we have massive mentorship support groups. We offer things like we'll edit videos for you professionally as well. You get access to automations that allow you to create hooks and scripts in seconds. So again, I mentioned I'm going to share some stuff with you, so I will do that now, just so that you can see what I'm talking about here and how these different elements are working. So I'm just going to share my screen really quick, and you'll be able to see this is a new strategy we're going to be bringing, and it is relatable to, where are we here? So I'm in my Stand Store in the back, and Stand Store has just started a new cool feature where and I've been beta testing it. I don't know if it's live for everybody yet, but they did ask me to test it. It's brand new. And so I started testing it, and this partners up with my Instagram account. And again, you can see I published this on the 9th, so 3 days. I've been able to generate 59 leads, 29 people opened it up. I had 21 visits and I had 15 opt-ins. So I have 15 really good leads that have grabbed a resource from me that I can get into a private Facebook community and then start to sell stuff to them, right? And I'll just show you a little bit about how this looks on Instagram just to see the success we're having with it. So go into Instagram and then I'll just go into my messages here. And you can see, well, actually, let me just see. I'll actually go home and I'll just show you the post. So this is the post here, and you can see it's got 132 comments. It's got 46 likes. So it's just a great lead generation strategy. And if you take a look at this, the strategy as a whole, we're presently testing it. If you're a faceless seller, or you want to do faceless, this strategy is going to crush it out of the park for you. And this is coming. I know you guys have been patient for a while, but I want to make sure it's perfect for you, and I want to make sure it gets the results you guys need. And you can see here, like everybody's commenting, right? That they want the ebook. They want the ebook. You see all this. And so what am I doing in that process? I'm generating leads, right? And leads are how we all make money. And so that's why that's so cool, because most of us are relying just on these talking head videos to create leads. where there's so many other ways where you can create really great leads, get them into your pipeline, get those emails going, start conversations with them. The cool thing, I'm just going to reshare my screen because I want to just show you the cool thing about this Stand Store thing is it's having a conversation with these people. I don't have to have the conversation. So while I'm sleeping at night, my Stand Store automation is having a conversation with this person. So basically what happens is I create this word, which is ebook, and then I create the post that you see in here, where I'm telling people to comment ebook and that they can get some value. You can see I structured my description in here specifically to make sure that happens. And when they do that, when they comment ebook, the automation kicks in and it sends them one of these three messages, either message sent, check your DMs, or just sent you a DM, take a look when you can. The cool thing about this is that I'm not looking like I'm spamming, right? Every message gets changed. There's three different options and it alternates them so that it gets different messages. And that way I don't look spammy. And then when they go to their DM, this shows up in their DM. Hi, thanks for reaching out. Grab the ebook here now. And here it is. And now I've captured a lead in my software on top of it that my email sequence will now be triggered and going out to them. Now, the secret to the success of this is the strategy in the faceless post. And I get a headache looking at faceless content. I'm just like, this is so bad. It's the worst content I've ever seen in my life. It's always the same crap. It's always like, when I started my digital marketing journey 3 months ago, who know that I'd still not be making money? Because that's what the post really should say. But they all say that same BS nonsense that no one's interested in, boring. You have to provide value for people. You have to solve their problems, right? Every post you make and the strategy that's associated with that, when I show you guys this in the next couple of days, you're going to fall in love. Not with me, but the strategy, right? You're going to love it because it's going to change the game for you. You're going to start seeing leads like I am now. And remember, it's brand new. It's brand new. I just started testing this, as you've seen, on the 9th. It's only been a couple of days, and I think I made it go live late at night. So it's really only been like 2 days, and I'm gathering leads. Now, I can ramp that up. And if I keep creating posts with a similar strategy, and I've got 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 posts that are all generating those types of leads, guess what? I'm now generating 100 leads a day. So when I was selling digital products, most of you know the program I was in, selling them and having a great deal of success. I needed 40 to 50 leads to get one sale. So with this Instagram strategy, just imagine now if you can get, you're posting this way every day, and now you have, not one video, but dozens of videos that are all generating leads for you. You're definitely going to be getting 100 leads a day, right? Because you've got multiple videos providing value. And again, if you need 40 to get a sale, you're going to get sales, right? Because your automation's taking care of everything, your email, et cetera, et cetera. But there's other elements to this strategy that are already in the training where you have to set up a place where you can entertain those leads, right? And we show you how to do that. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't have time to manage a Facebook group. I'm going to show you how to do it so it takes you just a couple of minutes a day. It's not a lot of work, but it's a great place. These are your leads now, right? They're in not only in your email system, but they're in a private group now where you can provide more value for them. I also show you in that strategy how to take that free ebook that you gave them and turn that into a lead in your private community that you're going to set up. And I show you how to set it up. That training's already in the group, in fact, so that you can take that person that grabbed that lead and now turn them into, right, an actual sale. And so we're going to give you a $17 product, a $27 product, a $47 product, and we already have a $97 product so that you can turn them into a sale and start working them up the ladder, right? If you can sell them something that they can extract value from, they're going to start thinking in their mind, maybe I need a better relationship with this person. Maybe I'm going to buy the whole program. And that leads me to the other cool part about the MOP program is that you can resell it for an 80% commission. And the cool thing about that is that in terms of if you're having problems with a payment processor like Stripe or whatever, you don't need to rely on Stripe because all of the transactions are managed by us, right? And you get your 80%, we get our 20, but we handle the transaction. And then all you need is just like PayPal or something like that to extract your money out to transfer it to your bank account. So if you're having problems with Stripe, this solves that problem for you, right? So basically, that's kind of an overview of what's coming, what's in there now, and how it can help you, basically. So if you're a struggling digital seller and you bought that program and you set it up, this beautiful, shiny website and sales funnel and all this stuff, and now you're on social media and you can't get leads, you're not getting sales, you're getting no engagement, right? This is the solution to that problem. That's the gap that we fill for you is we help you create content that converts, right? And we show you a lot of other strategies to generate leads. So you don't just have to rely on creating TikTok videos. You can do it other ways because maybe that's not for you. Maybe you're way better at this other strategy, or maybe you're better at the Facebook strategy or the Instagram strategy or the YouTube strategy or the LinkedIn strategy. Now you have options. And it's important to have options because if you're not any good at the video thing and you've tried everything, including our strategy, and it's still not working for you, maybe it's just not for you, right? I wanted to play in the NHL. I was a pretty good hockey player. I played AAA. I got to play junior for a little bit, but I knew I wasn't good enough to play in the NHL, right? So I went and did something else, right, to make money. I realized at some point. Now, I'm not saying that you should quit or that you should give up or anything like that because you never know. It took me 2 years. I figured it out. Now I'm on TikTok doing videos, and I've never done that before, and I'm having a great deal of success with it. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do lives. In fact, my first few lives were a train wreck, as a lot of people know, but I stuck with it, right? And when you stick with something, eventually you get better at it and the results come. But it's also important to have options. Without options, right, you're stuck. You're stuck permanently. And the other cool thing is we price this program so that anyone can get access to it. Originally, we were going to sell this for $9.97, but we realized as a group that because we wanted to help as many struggling digital sellers as possible, if we priced it that high, it might be priced out of reach for them. They might not be able to purchase it. So we've settled around $3.97, which allows you to make 80% and allows us to keep a little bit so we can run the company and cover the costs of running the company. Um, and so in that endeavor, you can actually make two payments as well. So that way it opens the door for a lot more people having access to it and a lot more people being able to solve their number one problem. So there we go. Now let's open the door up to questions. If any of you new folks that first time here, you want to know a little bit more about it, you're thinking about buying it, but you need some questions answered, now is the time to ask those questions. So you just put your hand up, we'll bring you on camera and we'll answer the questions for you, if that makes sense. Unless no one has any questions and you're just going to go buy the program because I did such a great job explaining how it works. That's totally up to you guys. But that's what we're here for. We're here to help you get some transparency, do your due diligence, and make a smart decision for your business. And if you're struggling and you've been struggling for months, I mean, the time to have bought this was a few months ago. The second best time is to get it today. And if someone invited you here, you should be reaching out to them to buy it from them. If we invited you here or you found us on your own, you can buy it from us by going to the link in our stand store and purchasing it. Now, I know a lot of the stuff may have sounded like, oh, wow, how am I going to learn all this? It's a lot easier than you think, right? It's just a matter of learning it and then applying those understandings and just reapplying it over and over and over till you get it right. So how's the training platform presented? So it's presented through two different places. One is Standstore and one is Redirect, is where we host the training. We also have a paid private community if you wish to have that for $20 a month. You can get your videos professionally edited in there as well. And then we have another free private community, which is for the people that have purchased the program, and that's hosted in Redirect. You do not need to purchase Redirect to be in there. You can just get the affiliate link and your choice. You can use the affiliate link from Standstore or you can use it from Redirect, whichever one you're more comfortable with. And choice is totally yours where you purchase that from. No one has any questions? Anyone at all?
No questions, but I don't know, John, if you want to just touch a little bit on the Creator 6-pack. A lot of people aren't probably not familiar with that, and that's one of our best features about the MOP program.
So the content creation 6-pack, what it is it's a strategy where when you're creating your videos, that you apply this strategy, and the strategy allows for you to get a predictable outcome. So essentially, obviously, you're creating a great hook, right? You're creating a great sub hook to make sure people watch it all the way to the end. The first year Facebook group, we help until we can afford it. Yeah, you can go in the Facebook group for the $20 a month. You don't need to own the course to be in the Facebook group. Anyone, as long as you pay your $20, anyone can come in there so long as you're like-minded and you're trying to grow a business and you're a positive person. We try and keep it super positive in there and upbeat. So yeah, so it teaches you about your hook, how to create rock star hooks, how to create sub hooks that get people to watch all the way to the end. How to create your CTAs, so your calls to action, to make sure you're getting those user data attribution signals being sent back to the algorithm because it wants to see that. So it will show your video to a lot more people. And then there's your SEO, right? So you have to have great SEO to make sure your videos are getting indexed for search. We teach you about attraction marketing, and then we teach you about the algorithm, which essentially all those elements make up is optimization. It's about optimizing your videos. Because we're working with algorithms and search engines, optimization is the most important fundamental strategy that we need to know. Because without optimization, there's no monetization. That's the way the digital world works. So it's really important. And in that process, we just show you, we first train you how to do these things so that you have an education around it. You have an expert level knowledge so that when you're creating videos, you can speak like an expert around the strategy of creating great hooks and sub hooks and SEO and calls to action and all that stuff. You can speak like an expert on attraction marketing and on the way the algorithm works, which allows you to create a lot of content that positions you as an expert. And that's critically important, right? Because a lot of you, I see your videos, there's not a lot of confidence in your videos because you're new to this, right? And you feel like you have imposter syndrome. We educate you first so that you have that knowledge. And then we hand over tools where you can get this stuff done in the blink of an eye, right? We have our own GPTs we've created. One is a hook GPT, one is a script GPT, and we've just dumped all of our content in there over time so that it can learn the right way to do these things so that when you go to use it and you want to create hooks, you can get access to, you can get a month's worth of hooks in a couple of minutes. Just boom, right? Boom, it'll create them all for you. And I'm talking about great hooks. I'm talking about transformational hooks that have the problem solution transformation so that people will stop scrolling and want to watch your video. Yeah, should be ready and in the group sometime this afternoon if you need it. What's a GPT? Do you want me to show you? How about I show you, Susan? Give you a really strong understanding of this stuff and how it works. You're going to love this. I love it. I can't tell you how much time this saves me every day. I don't have to think about anything. But listen, I want to caution everyone. It's not a good idea to just skip to using the GPTs. It's important that you go through the trainings first so you're becoming the expert. And it serves so many purposes. Like I said, you'll be more confident in your videos talking about these things and positioning yourself as an expert, right? Who do people buy from? They buy from experts. They buy from people with knowledge because they see them as a resource, and so they follow them. And so in that process, and then the other thing is it gives you a lot of stuff you can create content with because you have a knowledge base now on hooks and subhooks and CTAs, SEO, and on attraction marketing, the algorithm, all these things. And you can speak on them now with authority. So you seem more convincing, right? And people will listen to you then. So I'm just going to show you a little bit. So as you can see here, here's our hook master, right? And I can come in here and I can put in my own prompt. I can say, I need 5 hook examples for a TikTok video that is about how you don't have to be tech savvy to make money online, right? So let's see what it comes up with for us. So you can see the 5 it gave us. Think you need tech skills to make money online? Think again. Here's how. So there's the problem solution transformation. What most people would have done when they're creating a hook is they would have said, you don't need tech skills to make money online. That's what they would normally say. Boring, right? But this is having a conversation with people, right? Think you need tech skills to make money online? Think again. Here's how. Not tech savvy? No problem. Here's how you can still cash in online. Make money online isn't just for the tech pros. This is the shortcut anyone can use. Overthinking the tech. Here's why you don't need to be a genius to succeed online. No tech knowledge, no problem. This is how regular people are making bank online. Every one of those, you could use any one of those. And you've seen how long it took me to make that, right? And then we have our script master, right? There's also one which I haven't released yet, which is basically a mentorship help from me. So you can come in and ask it any marketing question, any question about mastering online profit. You can ask it about marketing in general or digital marketing or whatever, right? And you can ask it a question and it will help guide you so you can solve your problems in real time and you don't have to stay stuck anymore. Did that help you, Suzanne, gain a better understanding of how we've trained these things and get them to work for us so that we can use automation instead of spending 10 hours a day trying to create one video that sucks, a video that no one's going to watch and you just spent 10 hours doing it? Doesn't that seem like a better way, having a strategy, having automation, systemization to help you do these things more effectively and faster, right?
There's one question here, John, that someone asks, how long is the training for MOP?
It's long, but that's the wrong question to ask, right? Like that's a question people ask that don't want to do the work to get the result. And I'm not trying to make fun of anyone or humiliate anybody, but it's a huge problem in this industry, right? Is people don't take the training serious. They just want the result. Any good training is going to be in depth. I'm going through a training myself right now on a program I'm going through. The shortest video in that training is 1 hour and 31 minutes. There's over 100 videos. Why am I doing it? Because I know when I come out of there that I'm going to be way ahead of the 1,000 other people that I'm competing against because I'm going to have that knowledge. I take it very seriously. Took me 15 years to learn this stuff. You can't breeze through the training hoping for the perfect result. It doesn't work that way. There's no shortcuts. There's no backdoors. There's none of that stuff, right? It's an in-depth training. It goes very deep into detail around these strategies so you have that expert level knowledge. You will never have 6-figure years online unless you move in the direction of becoming an expert. There's no accidental money online. There's no lazy money online. It does not work that way. Don't believe the hype. It's not real. I built multi-million-dollar companies. I know the journey very well. And I've failed in that process back in the day. So I know what causes the failure and I know what causes the success, right? If you come into this industry with unrealistic expectations, your results will reflect that. If you come into this industry thinking it's a side hustle, your results will reflect that. But if you come into this industry and you have an opportunity to have access to a training that someone who's generated $50 million online has created, you better take that damn serious. My mentor says this. He says, people that don't pay attention, right? It's that simple. There is no backdoor shortcut, easy way, $10,000 falling out of the sky way to do this. You must become the expert. The only way to do that is to take the training seriously, take your time. After you've gone through the whole thing, go back in and go through it again. I guarantee you're going to find another 100 nuggets that you missed the first time through, and you will become the expert. Again, that serves multiple purposes because when you're in your videos, you have a lot of confidence, right? You're not just fumbling through it, faking being an expert. You are the expert now because you have the knowledge, and the results will be reflected by that. Does that make sense? Am I connecting the dots there for everybody, right? So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, somebody just asked about the price, etc. There is a 2.0 version that will be coming out, which is more about the AI stuff, the automation, systemization, lead generation around AI, which is going to give you guys an advantage over the other hundreds of thousands of people out there. So it will be a little more expensive. Anyone that owns the program now will be grandfathered in. You won't have to pay extra for that, but anyone new coming in will have to pay the higher price because it's just going to be it's next level. 2025 is just all going to be about AI, guys. It's all going to be AI. By 6 months into 2025, we're all going to be saying, I've just started hearing about AI. How does it control everything now? That's how fast it's going to move. Don't make a critical error and miss that boat. And we're going to be one of the few digital products that provide this for you guys because we're implementing it right now. And anyways, listen, guys, does anyone have any questions around that? Just see if you have anything at all. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. There's no dumb questions. Raise your hand. We'll get you on the screen. If not, going once, going twice. Sold. So you guys are all buying the program, right? You have no questions. Oh, Kathleen's got a question.
We're getting
I
so excited.
couldn't pass it up.
Here we go, Kathleen. I'll bring you up.
Yes, I became a member late October, and I was with another digital marketing program, and I've had no success. I had a family situation. I had to leave town and then got back. It was Thanksgiving and blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying to get caught up. I am trying to set up my stand store. I'll probably start by the 14-day free trial and see how it goes. But I've run into a little difficulty with that. I know we shouldn't say we're technically challenged because I know how to do various things online, but
Kathleen,
in my
back in the
defense,
day, I was the guy that couldn't program the VCR. So if I can generate $50 million
that's me.
online,
Still like that. But I'm trying to get everything, going. I appreciate these mentoring, trainings that you provide and what Amy has provided and everything.
Oh yeah,
I
Amy's a
ran into
superstar.
trouble with even getting my affiliate link for the program, and I think it was because I didn't get things set up right away, and then the link had expired and so on. But there is the training for the stand store, right? I want to be able to get it set up
Yes.
nicely the way I see everybody's.
Yep.
Is it easy enough to follow in the?
It is, and we do have experts in the group that can help guide you if you run into any solutions or any sticky situations. So you can ask questions of them and they can help guide you and help you overcome any of those challenges.
Okay, and I don't know, was there one Facebook group and then it changed to a different
So no,
connection?
there was a free stand store community. The problem is we had a whole group of people jump in there that aren't our audience. So what we did was we've always had a paid Facebook group, which is $19.99 a month. That's completely optional. It's optional. You don't have to be in there. But we do now have a free group, which is just for people that own the program. And that's in Redirect. You don't have to own Redirect to be in there. But if you're not in there yet, make sure you reach out to our support and they will get you in there right away.
Okay, I'm going to do that for sure because I want to
Yeah.
connect in and get more proactive with
Yeah.
everything on
Yeah.
my end. And I was trying to send over one of my videos to have it audited, but I
Okay.
ran into
Audited
problems.
or edited?
Edited,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
to have it as a member to be able to have that
Yeah.
looked at, and
Yeah.
I ran into problem. I couldn't end up following how I was supposed to do that. So I said to Amy, I'm a mess because
Well,
I'm
yeah.
trying and I didn't expect
Well,
anything.
you know, a lot of times when you're doing something for the first time, particularly in this world, it's it's one of those industries, the first time you do it, it's a little challenging. And then after that, you're fine. You're just like, well, now I know, and you do it, right? But it's one of them things where it's absolutely the first time, right? You've never done that before. But once you do it, you'll be fine. You'll be like a pro after that. But yeah, I mean, if Amy can help you, if not, reach out to our support to get your video edited for you, and we'll make sure we get it done for you so that you know that process. Once you do it,
Okay.
it's super easy, but again, because you've never done it before, so once you do it the first time, it's so easy, you'll be fine. You'll just be able to do it every time, no problem.
Okay, sounds great. But thank you for everything.
My
Appreciate it.
pleasure, Kathleen. Happy you're here. Happy you found us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Yeah. Anyone else, or did everybody just go by the program while I was talking?
One last question in the chat, John. It says, from Lumka, she says, is AI agent tool allowed to be used in the TikTok video? John said TikTok insists that we should be authentic.
I'm not sure if I understand that.
The AI agent tool allowed to be used like when you're creating a TikTok video.
Agent tool. I don't know what an agent tool is, but
Is she referring to the chat?
yeah, if you're, I'm not sure if are you referring to like creating content with AI?
Did you want to clarify your question, Lumka? I can bring you up.
I'm not sure what there's some words in there that didn't make sense, but maybe you can clarify for me so I can answer it for you effectively. Who was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, Wayne. TikTok's not going anywhere.
Please
Not
bring me
possible.
up.
Not possible. The US government is not going to pull the rug out from underneath of small to medium-sized businesses that generated $14 billion last year in the United States alone. What do you think that would do to their economy? What do you think it would do to all those businesses after them barely surviving COVID? Now they get the rug pulled out. It's not going to happen. So don't stress about that.
So Lumka was trying to come up, but I'm looking for if she can raise her hand and we can find her in the sea of people here. Oh, I see her. Okay, so if you want to come on camera, I can bring you on stage, or you can just unmute and ask your question.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
How are you, John?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much for the program. I'm seeing some changes from my side, and yeah, that introvert that I used to, introvert style that I thought I had, it's no more. So thank you very much, John.
My pleasure.
John, I had a question from somebody that joined my live session because I'm trying to promote what teaching in mastering online program. You are saying the TikTok algorithm insists that we should be authentic.
Yes.
Now, the question that I then received from one of the people that joined me during my live stream is that now recently people, when they are creating content on TikTok, they seem to be using it's like I don't know how I can describe it, but it's like an agent. So there's somebody somebody speaks on their behalf, but it's not them speaking.
So they're using like an AI avatar.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that allowed on TikTok?
I've seen it on TikTok, so I'm sure it's allowed. But when you create any type of video where you're using AI in any capacity, there's a little toggle switch that you need to toggle. Same thing in Instagram. You need to click on that to inform them that there is a component that is artificial intelligence. So it's really important that you let them know that. But, you know, the other thing too is like when you're creating content with AI, you don't just copy and paste it into these platforms. You want to paste it somewhere else first so that it doesn't identify it as AI. Because in some cases they were having problems with Canva when Canva first implemented AI on Canva and people were creating content, they were getting it shut down on social media. But that's since been fixed. But yeah, you can do that. I mean, I see it everywhere on there right now. I think Instagram's a little more tolerant of that stuff based on what I've seen. And Facebook is very, very tolerant of AI, but it's really important that you talk just before you publish, you want to toggle that function that says that, you know, a portion of what you did was AI, just so you're being transparent, right?
Okay.
Now,
Noted.
when you're talking about authenticity, um, so, like that's why we have our own GPT because it's trained in an authentic voice. It's not the AI just giving you that information. It's been trained based on dumping in tons and tons of copy and content that I've created in my authentic voice, right? And so it is authentic in nature in that regard. It's not just an AI creating that content. It understands my voice, how I create things, how I do things very, very well so that we can have success with that.
But what impact will that have? Will the content be pushed then? Because you are surely you are using a tool to help you creating content.
I don't always use a tool to help me create content. I would say I do about 50-50. About 50% of my content is created by AI and the other 50% I just do myself. If I have a great idea, I just do it myself. You know, I'll just write it out. Sometimes I don't even have, sometimes all I have is just a hook, right? And then I know what the bullet points are. I know what I want in that video to relate to the hook. And I have like 4 or 5 bullet points I want to make sure I get through in that video, and I just roll with it myself. It doesn't always have to be AI generated. In fact, I think if you use AI all the time, it's not good for you because you don't learn anything in that process, right? So you're not becoming the expert. And part of having success online is critical that you do move in the direction of becoming an expert. For 15 years now, I've spent some part of my day learning, you know, educating myself for 15 years now. And so I've got my 10,000 hours in. Supposedly I'm an expert, but I know that doesn't matter online because you can be an expert one day and then not an expert the next day because it changes so fast. That's why I never refer to myself as an expert. I'm a student that just happens to have had a lot of success online.
Okay, thank you, John.
Thank
you,
you.
Amy.
Thanks for being here.
Okay.
Anyone else? Any questions? Anybody need anything answered before we go and take off and you know, and go back to work? Go back and do more work. Anyone? No, 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 no. Like I said, if someone invited you here today and you are wanting to start to use what we do and have a chance to resell it, I mean, you have to think about it. How many digital sellers do you know that are struggling? Pretty much everyone, you know. So everyone can use this, right? So your opportunities to sell it are massive. And they have a chance to get it for a really, really great price, which is fantastic. So anyways, anything else today? What are your thoughts?
I think you did a great job, John. Looks like everybody's got
Okay.
all their answers.
Cool. Listen, I appreciate everybody for showing up today. I know that everybody's got a busy life. We try and host this time of day for our friends on the other side of the planet in South Africa and different countries. Thank you, Eldon. I appreciate that. And you know, we do it next week at 8 o'clock at night so that we can try and accommodate people from all around the world. So if you have someone that you think might be interested, you can invite them to next week's webinar and they can grab some information, ask some questions if they have the chance, and get started solving their number one problem, right? Thank you. Is it Julita? Julita? Oh, another cool thing to be aware of is sometime soon, our program is going to be coming out in Spanish as well. So there's a whole Spanish market that is very underserved with these products that we'll be able to get this in front of as well. So it gives you guys a chance to open up bigger markets. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate you. Thanks again, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you all. Look forward to seeing you inside the training or in the groups or whatever, answering your questions, auditing your videos. I was auditing some videos this morning for people. And yeah, look forward to following your success journey, guys, and watching you turn your content around finally. So have a great night, everyone, and appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Thanks to our team for supporting me today, Tammy and Ellie, etc. And look forward to seeing you guys next time.
Amazing. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you. There is the button here that says